Good morning. In today's class, we will take down some problem based on classification of magnetic materials. We have already learned the theory. So based on those theories, we will see how to do the problems. Take down the first one. The following figure shows the variation of intensity of magnetization versus the applied magnetic field intensity applied magnetic field intensity applied magnetic field intensity H for two magnetic materials A and B. And now I will give you the graph. This is the graph. So for two magnetic material, this has to start from 0. These are the two curves, and let us mark the y-axis and x-axis. This is I and x-axis is H. Sorry. I, and then this is H. Okay. So now we will mark A and B also. The curves are marked as A and B. This is A and this is B. This is the graph, and let us complete the question. Identify materials A and B. Now question number 1, I have two questions here, or question number A you can write. Identify the materials A and B. And question number B, why does the material B have a larger susceptibility than A for a given field at constant temperature. Okay, let me read once again. The following figure shows the variation of intensity of magnetization versus the applied field curve for two magnetic materials A and B. You can write capital B also. A and B. And the question is, identify the materials A and B. Why does the material B have a larger susceptibility than A for a given field at constant temperature? Now we know how the magnetic materials are classified according to the susceptibility. Now here I versus h is curve is given, and we know that the slope, if I take I by h, that actually gives the magnetic susceptibility. So I'll give you a note here. The slope, this is note just for your reference. The slope of IH curve, the slope of IH curve gives magnetic susceptibility. Okay, the slope of IH gives the magnetic susceptibility. Now for which graph the slope is more? So let us find out. And we know from these two graphs, B will have both the curves A and B have positive susceptibility. So positive susceptibility means that they are either paramagnetic substance or ferromagnetic substance. Now ferromagnetic substance can be easily magnetized, so they will have a larger value of susceptibility. So given these two curves, material B has larger susceptibility, and hence B is ferromagnetic substance and A is paramagnetic substance. So here we will write material A small and positive slope, so paramagnetic substance. It's a paramagnetic substance. Why? Because it has small and positive value of susceptibility. That I will write it in bracket. Value of susceptibility. Now material B. What is material B? It has larger and positive value of susceptibility, and hence it is a ferromagnetic substance. Large and positive value of susceptibility. Okay. Now what is the second question? Why does the material B have a larger susceptibility than A for a given field at constant temperature? Because here we know B is a ferromagnetic material and susceptibility of material B is larger. Why? Because ferromagnetic material gets strongly magnetized, and hence they produces larger intensity of magnetization for the same value of magnetizing field. Because B is a ferromagnetic material, it can be easily magnetized, or they get strongly magnetized, and hence the value of I is more for them for the same value of H. Like if you take any value of H here, the value of I for B will be greater because they get strongly magnetized. That way you can write. So question number B, you can write the answer. So first here is question number A, that also you can write, and now is question number B. The susceptibility of material B is larger than A at given magnetic field because the susceptibility material B is larger than material A at given magnetic field and temperature, right? For a given field at constant temperature. For a given field, because Ferromagnetic materials get strongly magnetized. Ferromagnetic substances or ferromagnetic substance you can write. Or ferromagnetic material gets strongly magnetized and hence produces larger intensity of magnetization. That is why the value of I is more, and hence produces larger intensity of magnetization in comparison to paramagnetic substance. In comparison to paramagnetic material. Okay, so the susceptibility of material B is larger than material A for a given field because ferromagnetic material gets strongly magnetized and hence produces larger intensity of magnetization in comparison to paramagnetic material. Okay, so now this is how you have to find out, like for any case. Now I can give you another graph also and you can try to find out, like I by H curve. I can give you another IH curve and you can try to find out which material it is. That maybe I will do it in the next class because I have some other problem also. Let us continue in the coming class.